Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Gina again, and today I'm doing number 6 of 100 Days of Creating. This one is a flip page. Don't know what to do, as you could see by my twiddling fingers. So I thought, let's do a face. So I'm just using the Stabilo All pencil to start with, but then I thought by the time I add my water, it'll probably be a bit too messy. So I thought, let's use the China marker / pencil. I wonder why they call it a marker when it's a pencil, but maybe it's because a marker doesn't, like, it can't erase. So maybe that's why, I don't know. It's permanent, and a China quote-unquote marker is permanent. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder things about things. Okay. So as I'm going along here, I'm just trying to fill in. I remembered just now that I have to do the flap. So I thought, instead of trying to do something completely different on the flap, I'll just continue the face and do part of it outside too. And of course it turned out very different. Like, it was much narrow. It was really strange. It turned out much narrower. I kind of actually like the nose on the flap instead of on the inside. The mouth, I don't know. But I mean, it was interesting. So it was like drawing two faces, two very different faces, two different people. And then for the chest area, I just felt like doing something random. So I did these shapes. And now I'm just adding some water just to activate all the Stabilo All pencil. And I'm adding more Stabilo All. I have added more Stabilo All pencil markings so that I could add the water to add some shading and, just some highlights in some areas. I did not want to add any color because I actually really like the print on the page, which was, what was this? I believe I used a spray bottle, and it's not coffee, it's food coloring. That's what it is. It's food coloring. So I'm just adding water where I think is needed, where I think would be, just to help add some character to the face. Shading here and there and, make it more interesting. So after I did that, I'm looking at the big blob of a forehead. It's huge. And I thought, okay, we need to cover this up. So I found this piece of cloth, which I really love. And I am going to use it to cover the forehead and head. So I'm just going to really struggle a bit to get a shape to make it look like if it's actually a head tie on her head. It's very interesting. And the cut by the forehead, like, I would not even have thought to cut it like that. It just, that's how it is naturally, and I decided to keep it because I found it looks so cool. Because sometimes, when you tie your head tie, it's kind of look like that. And then when it's like I found it looks so flat. And like if she has on a cap instead of a tie. So I thought, okay, we have to make it look like she tied it and wrapped it around, so therefore it would have other layers instead of just this flat piece of cloth. So now I'm taking these strips of cloth and trying to create layers, but obviously it's not working. It just doesn't look good at all. But I'm still fiddling around, just checking it out, seeing if it works, and eventually I realized that it doesn't. Then I found her forehead was looking too bland, so I added some hair coming down to give it some more interest underneath the head tie. Quote unquote head tie. I'm still trying to make it work and I just can't seem to think of what to do. So now we're adding some more shading and still trying to figure out. So I thought, okay, let's make it look a little lumpy. So now I'm folding the pieces of the strips that I did. And I'm thinking this could work, but I have to find a way to fold it so that it looks nice and not off. And then I figure it out. Just kind of make it into a kind of butterfly shape so that you don't see the back of the cloth. The cloth strips. And I'm like, yes! This could work. So now I'm thinking, how am I going to keep it together now? And I found my staple machine. Yes. And I'm stapling them in place. Well, I don't know why I didn't want to put them down. I have all in my hand. I'm trying to do it. Oh, I'm so ridiculous sometimes. But yes, eventually I figure it out and I just kind of flip it onto each other so that the back doesn't show. And yeah, if I had a piece of cloth where the back was the same as the front, it wouldn't matter. But I had to work it out so that you just see front even though it's folded, sort of. And that looks so much better. And I was so happy about that. I was like, yes, this is so much better. So I just stuck them down. I'm using Tacky glue because Tacky glue is amazing and it works even on cloth. It's amazing. And I really, 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 really liked how this looked. So happy. And I'm pleased, so I'm sticking it down. And then I have to work on the front of the flap. So there's a little extension by her chin there. So I need to try and find a way to cover that so it doesn't, because I don't want to cut it off. Because if I cut it off and I open it, it's going to look weird. Like her head is flat on top, which is just weird. So I'm trying to find a way to cover that extra piece at the bottom. I'm thinking this cloth could work, but I just find that it's too much color at the bottom there by her chin. It's just too much. But I did end up using it here. So I'm cutting the top of it into a finer point. And then I'm going to stick it down. So it starts narrow and comes down wider. Thank God for sharp scissors. And that's a paper scissors, That is so awesome. Again, I'm just using Tacky glue. It works fantastically well. It is really stuck down. I can't even, it works. It works. Don't even need to use specialized glue for cloth. Tacky glue works with everything. So here now, I have this piece of paper with the thread sewn on it, and this one is actually coffee dyed. It's a book page, and I thought it blends in better with the page, so it wouldn't look as bad as if I have this super colorful piece of cloth going across her chin, which is kind of weird. So I guess, yeah, so when I open the flap, I kind of shape it, because even with the flap open, you can't really see it too much. At least I don't find so. Because there's so much going on the page anyway, you don't really notice it. Because it really does blend in with the page, in my opinion. So I love how she looks. But I'm thinking, okay, let's add some more. Her eyes ended up turning out too dark, so I just thought I'd add some highlights on her face. And I'm trying to remember where usually has highlights when I look at pictures. And then I just started to get all creative and just be like, Gina, you don't have to follow that law. Just do whatever you want. This is your creation. So I started making marks all over her face. See? There you go. And I just found she looks so cool after I did that. I was like, yeah, she looks tribal and beautiful, in my opinion, with these strange circles on her chest. Oh gosh, but I don't know. Every time I look at her, I just smile. She looks really cool. It's so cool when you make something and you enjoy it after. It's really, I hope you all have experiences like that and you continue to have experiences like that. See, so I'm just adding some more white highlights. I love it. I really, really like it. Just have fun with your art. Please, I really hope that you do. Look at that. She's beautiful. And then, of course, when I folded this down, she's so boring compared to what's inside. So I was like, okay, what are we going to do with you? So I thought we should add some cloth as well to help tie into the rest of the page because it's showing down below. And I thought having it on the right side would add. So I'm going to do that. And I followed the same shape, sort of. Just added a kind of, tapered down. And then I'm going to add some white highlights as well. So it will continue from the little piece by her neck on the bottom flap. Yeah, I thought I was done there, but then I was like, no, we need to add some white highlights. I didn't give her as much markings, but I still like it. She's still cool in her own way. Eyes missing and all. Like I said, I was just playing and I really enjoyed it. And that's about it. Let me know what you think. I look forward, as always, to your comments. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!